Where did people live? Find River Narmadas on map 1, page 2. People have lived along the banks of these rivers for several 100,000 years. Some of the earliest people who lived here were skilled gatherers, that is, people who gathered their food. They know about the vast wealth of plants in the surrounding forest and collected roots, fruits, and other forest produce their food. They also hunted animals. Now find the Suleiman and the Kirthars hills, the northwest, some of the areas where women and men first began to grow crop such as wheat and barley about 8,000 year ago are located here. People also began rearing animals like sheep, goat, and cattle, and lived in village. Look at the Gun Hills and the Guns Hills to the northeast and the Vindhyas in central India. These were some of the other areas where agriculture developed. The palace where rich was first grown are to the north of the Vidyas. Trace the river Indus and its tributaries are smaller rivers that flow into a large rivers about 4,700 years ago. Some of the earliest cities flourished on the banks of these rivers. Later, about 2,500 years ago, cities developed on the banks of the Ganga and its tributaries and along the sea coast. Locate the Ganga and its tributary, call it the Son. In ancient times, the area along the river to the south of the Ganga was known as Magda, now lying in the states of Bihar. Its rules were very powerful and set up a large kingdoms throughout. People traveled from one part of the subcontinent to another. The hills and high mountains, including the Himalayas, desert rivers, and Shias, made journeys dangerous at times, but such are of livelihood as also to escapes from natural disasters like floods or droughts. Sometimes men marched in armies conquering others lands. Beside merchants traveled with caravans of ships carrying valuable goods from palace to palace, and religious teachers walked from village to and advice on the way. Finally, some people waiting to discover new and exciting palace. All this lead to the sharing of ideas between people. Why do people travel nowadays? Look at the map 1. More hills, mountain, and seas from the natural frontiers of the subcontinent. While it was difficult to cross these frontiers, and this who wanted cold and did scale the mountains and across the seas. People from across the frontiers also come into the subcontinent and settled here. These movements of the people enriched our culture. Traditional people have shared new ways of carving stone, composing music, and even cooking food over several hundreds of years.